may know, I'm not just television's only female late night host. I'm also, thank you, I'm also the female mother of 2 female daughters. And like any lady parent, I want my girls to dream big.
I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be a gymnastics teacher.
And a doctor and artist. A ballerina. I'm gonna be in a hip-hop show.
Really? Can you get me tickets to Hamilton in like 20 years? Yeah. Girls, you can be anything you want. Girl power. Let's take a closer look at your options in Samantha B's #Roar You Go Girl job fair for future women. Lean in. Let's start with, park ranger. You get to be outdoors, plus there's those extra vacation days when President Cruz forces another government shutdown. It's a dream job.
A federal watchdog report that charts a history of sexual abuse at Grand Canyon National Park.
Some of the allegations include one employee taking a picture up the skirt of another employee.
Male park employees accused of propositioning female coworkers for sex, touching them inappropriately, or making lewd comments.
Fellas, don't get greedy. You've already got one majestic crevice to explore at work. Now, according to the report, women who refused sexual advances might have had their food withheld or find cans of fecal matter left outside their tent. She wouldn't sleep with me before. Maybe the gift of my poop will charm her out of her cargo shorts. And speaking of big metal cans full of poop, cruise ships. Wow, what a fun place to work, unless you need birth control. Oh, go Jezebel. Now, according to the MaxiPad of record, Norwegian Cruise Lines has told employees that they'll no longer have access to emergency contraceptives unless they've been raped. If this sounds familiar, it's because it was a plot line on the non-consensual Love Boat. But let's back up to the part where people are getting raped on ships. Is that normal? We talked to some actual former cruise line employees who asked that we disguise their voice and appearance, something they probably wish they could have disguised on board the ship.
It's the most sexual harassment I've ever seen in any workplace.
Whenever we did report sexual harassment to our superiors, they would either laugh at us, ignore us, or say, well, what do you expect? You're on a cruise ship. This is what happens.
I never felt safe in crew areas. Never.
One night, a crew member grabbed me and would not let me go until I made out with him, and his superior told me, oh, don't worry, his wife knows he cheats on her, as though that were the problem.
Cruise ships are like, oh, I'm going to get paid and go see the world. This is great. And then inside it's like Rape Town, USA.
It's like they always say, if this ship's a rockin', it's probably due to the sexual assault that's occurring on board. Okay, you know what? This is going great. How about a job in the city? Oh, hey, comedy! That's my career. Oh, gosh. You know how people are always like, I wonder why there aren't more female comedians. Maybe it's because every time a woman opens her mouth to tell a joke, someone tries to put their dick in it. It's not a lot of guys, #not all men, #please don't leave me mean messages. It's just a few guys getting away with harassment and assault over and over and over again.
There are women that I know that will go into an improv scene as a scientist and then a guy will grab their boobs for no reason whatsoever. So in the real world, you wouldn't meet a scientist and then honk her boobs.
You'd be surprised. That's another reason Marie Curie should have worn a lead apron. The problem is so persistent. Female comedians in Chicago, New York, and LA have set up secret online groups to share their stories and warn each other which serial predators to stay away from. Hooray! Sisters are doing it for themselves, and by it, I mean law enforcement.
One woman, Erica, it took her years to say something about her alleged rape, and she posted in the group just saying the guy's name, and 5 women wrote to her telling her that they had had similar experiences.
Hey, if you don't like them comparing notes, you shouldn't have taught them yes and. I'm sorry, remind me again, what is the point of encouraging little girls to dream big if any career puts them in the path of boob hunkers? There's not a workplace on land or sea or even at the bottom of a big deep hole in the ground where we're actually keeping women safe. Did you see how cute those kids were? Wouldn't it be so nice if they could go to work without carrying bear spray? Except for the park ranger. She definitely needs the bear spray. You know, right now I'm actually picturing some guy saying, ugh, what am I supposed to do? Stop asking women out of work because it makes them uncomfortable? Yes, you are at work. But listen, if you must ask a colleague out, at least learn to take no for an answer without leaving a can of poop outside our tent. Next time on Lean In Job Fair, it's also cool to be a pop star. We'll be right back.
Boat. When you're at sea, there's nowhere to run. The rape boat. Boys will be boys, let them have their fun.